Okay, well, let's get started. Welcome to everybody. We're delighted that you've decided to spend a little time with us this evening. And I am really excited because we have Lindsay Sims McKee with us this evening. And as you know, she does fantastic webinars. And this is going to be a great one too. So let me give you a little bit about SCORE. My name is Anita Kayat, and I am a SCORE mentor with the Cleveland office. And our mission is to foster vibrant small business communities, and we do this through mentoring and education. We hope that each of you as a small business owner has all the support that you need to get your business up and running and to grow it. So we know nationally that small businesses drive the economy, and particularly in Cleveland, over the past few years, small businesses have revitalized the economy. So that's a great thing. SCORE has the largest network of free volunteer small business mentors in the nation. There are approximately 10 or 11,000 of us across the nation in 250 some chapters. So no matter where you are in your business, we should be able to find somebody who can help you with your business. If you have a really strange business or unusual business, we probably can find somebody within that group of 10,000 people who has a background similar to yours and who can help you. So we have all kinds of people who come to us for help. We're delighted that there are over 50% of our clients are women, and approximately 10% are veterans. So that's terrific. So we do our services, we provide our services through mentoring. Again, we're still doing it mostly remotely, but we are doing some in-person mentoring. And so we've recently started doing some in-person seminars again, but we're still doing the bulk of them online. But one of our big assets is our resource portal, our website. And if you go to our website, you will see there's a tremendous amount of templates, tools, all of our listing for our live webinars, our recorded webinars, and all kinds of articles and blogs that will provide information that will help you with your business. We do not charge for our services. Part of our support comes from the Small Business Administration, and a good portion of it also comes from local businesses that want to support entrepreneurship and are happy to help us do that. This is a quick shot of our website. You can go here and sign up to find a mentor. You can take a workshop or find a recorded workshop or browse the library of our tools. So take time when you have it to go to our website and take a look at what we have to offer. And then I am going to stop sharing and let Mrs. McGee take over and enlighten you as to the wonderful information she has for you.
Well, thank you very much, Anita. And hello, everyone. It is nice to be here with you all today. I'm Lindsay. It's nice to meet you for those of you who have never met me before. And for everyone else, hey, it's nice to see you again. There's so many of you, so many familiar names in the chat. And I would love for all of you who are here today, introduce yourselves to each other. Yes, hey, Val. Introduce yourselves to each other. Introduce yourselves to me. I want to know in the chat who you are, where you're from, and then what business you are doing. So what business you have currently, or what business you want to be in, whichever one you want to share, or both. I'm here for all of it. So go ahead and put that information in the chat. if you've been here before, you know that I'm a big fan of interaction, which means that I'm going to be asking you questions and I'm going to be referring to the chat on a regular basis to get those answers from you. So use that chat. It's your way to like flag me down and say, I don't understand what you just said, or could you repeat that, or any question that you have along the way. And also it's a great way for you to answer questions as we're going, because like I said, I'm going to have plenty of them for you. So you might as well get used to using that chat to answer those questions for me. So again, that's who you are, where you're from, and what your business is, so that I can get an idea of who you are and all that jazz. So thank you, Mary. It's nice to meet you too. So yeah, go ahead and put all that information in the chat. I'm loving it already. You guys are great. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about using video on your website. So usually this workshop is a little bit more focused on like how to think about video. And I'm going to talk about that. So I'm going to jump into those things in a minute. But what I really want to talk about is how to take the stuff that we're going to talk about using video and then putting it somewhere useful for people on your website. So I'm going to jump into the discussion about why this is important, and then we're going to talk about some actual utility, like how to do it and why to do it and where to do it and all that jazz. So let's go. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Keep it coming. Anybody who hasn't done it yet, I want to know. And then everybody who hops in, because I know we'll have more people joining us along the way, encourage them to put that information in the chat as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, TV. So I'm Lindsay. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lindsay Sims McKee now. So if any of you have been with me before, you know my name used to end after Sims, and I have now recently acquired another last name and a husband. And so I'm Lindsay Sims McKee. It is nice to meet you all. I am the Ohio Grow with Google Digital Coach, but in this moment, wherever you are, I am your personal Grow with Google Digital Coach. And what that means is that I am here to help you to acquire the skills that you need in order to grow your business. Now, those skills tonight are all about YouTube and video and how to get that video from one place to another so people can see it. But there are lots of other workshops we do about all sorts of other topics, and a lot of it happens through SCORE. So if you are a SCORE participant, then you should be like paying attention to those emails, because we do workshops maybe 2 times a month. We might skip a month here and there, but we mostly do workshops together on a regular basis so that we can get that information out to you guys. So that said, why YouTube? So before the name of this workshop is using video on your website. There are a bunch of different types of video that you can use on your website. There's Vimeo. Vimeo is a great it's a great video platform. It'll host your videos for you. It will track viewers. It can do all sorts of stuff. There's Wistia, and Wistia can do very similar things. There's like Breakcove and things that you've never even heard of. And if you do video for a living, you have heard of, but there are a lot of different hosting software out there. And on top of that, with some of the social media platforms nowadays, like Facebook and Twitter, you can actually on your website, you can embed a Facebook video, or you can embed a tweet specifically, right? So you have lots and lots of ways to get video content from one place and then put it somewhere so that people can watch it who aren't on that platform. The question is, why would you use any other platform to do that other than YouTube? And the answer is, I don't know. And now when I say that, I mean it. I am not kidding. So with YouTube, one of the best things about it is that we already have 2 billion monthly users. That's people who are actively using YouTube to watch things. And 1 billion videos watched per day, hours watched per day. That's YouTube. People are actually going to YouTube to find information. They're familiar with the platform. They use it to discover new things. So 85% of viewers are turning to YouTube for fresh content. And I will raise my hand and say I am one of those 85%. I would love to know in the chat, are you all one of those 85%? Would you consider yourself the kind of person who goes to YouTube in order to get new information? Okay, I got some yeses in here. Yes, right? So you're going to YouTube just to find fresh things that you've never seen before. Sometimes now that I'm like, you hit the end of your own personal YouTube rabbit hole. Like I'm in a gardening rabbit hole right now. It's spring and I have an acre of property. I'm like, okay, YouTube, tell me what to do. And then I hit the end of that like hole and I'm like, no, I need more stuff, and start YouTubing more specific things like what to do for designing your front yard. Like you are always looking for new stuff. I know I am always looking for new stuff. And then in addition to that, so for everyone here who has a business where you are selling a product or a service, which lots of you are, people are going to YouTube to shop. And what I mean by that is that, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I will go onto YouTube and look up how to build a capsule wardrobe. And that's essentially, that's me shopping, right? So before I go to the store and find something to buy, I'm going to have someone help me figure out what are the pieces that I want to buy. Now, someone in that video is going to be selling something, right? They're going to be selling a specific brand partnership. They're going to be selling a specific t-shirt that they got on Amazon. They're going to be selling something. Now, whether I buy any of those things or not, I am in buying mode when I look at that video about a capsule wardrobe. And the same thing happens if I'm looking at gardening videos, because green thumbs I got, but actual plants I do not. And so if I'm watching all these gardening videos, I am essentially in that shopping mode where I'm like, I'm going to buy something. I don't know what it is yet, but I know I'm going to buy something. And this is what people are using YouTube for. So if you're wondering, why would I want to put my content on YouTube? Why would I want to focus any of my video efforts on YouTube? This is why. People are already looking for you, and they're looking for new stuff on a regular basis. So whatever you put out is going to likely fill a couple of different buckets for people, in that it is new and novel, and it is something that is going to help them lead to a purchase, which is a lot of what people are after. And then as a business owner, one of the reasons why I would suggest we use YouTube for our business videos is because YouTube is free. So when you are hosting your video on YouTube, it is completely free. So right now we are live on YouTube. It is not costing Score a dime to put this video up on YouTube. They are going to house this video on YouTube. People will go back and watch it for the next several months, maybe even next few years, and it will cost them nothing to do so. Versus if you put video up on almost any of those other platforms I was talking about, like Brightcove and Wistia and Vimeo, at some point you're going to hit a paywall, meaning that they're going to charge you money to have your content on those platforms. In order for them to be protected or accessed or whatever, it's going to cost you something. Versus with YouTube, it costs you nothing. And you have all of these different levels of access that you can provide. So even if you do want to put videos on there that are exclusive to a specific group of people, you can absolutely do that on YouTube. It's very, very nice. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump into a little bit of an agenda, and then we're going to talk about why we should be creating and why we should be focusing on YouTube. So first things first, if you are going to do any of this YouTubing thing or using video for your business or putting video up on your website, you're going to need to create a YouTube channel. Now, back in the old days, so if you all are around from when I was around, when YouTube first came around, like 900 years ago, it was probably only, 15 years ago in reality. So when YouTube first came around, I think it was almost 20 actually years ago. Wow. YouTube was not channel specific, meaning you did not have to do a bunch of creation around a brand. There were plenty of people who just created a YouTube channel simply by uploading a video. Now, if you were one of those people, because times have changed, you likely already have a YouTube channel, because when you uploaded that video back forever ago, that prompted the creation of a channel. That's the weird thing that people don't understand about YouTube. So a lot of people will have a YouTube channel and not realize they have one, simply because they had a YouTube account and at some point in the past uploaded something. Even if that something is no longer there, it was. In that case, you are probably going to want to start an actual YouTube channel that is branded, that is with the email address associated with your business and all that jazz. So what does that mean? Well, I always warn people of this, but I do it specifically with YouTube because I have had so many people who I have one-on-one meetings with where I'm helping them find their YouTube channel because they lost it. I'm using big air quotes here. They lost it. And so what that means is that they had a channel and they no longer have access to it. That's not Google. Google does not do that. They're not taking your YouTube channel away without giving you 85 million pounds of notice. That's not it. If you lose your channel, it is likely because you were using an email address that you don't either have access to anymore, or that you just don't remember it was that email address, or maybe someone else on your team started the channel and that person is the email address that it was under. So what you really want to do is make sure that when you're starting your channel, that you are logged in into the account that you know you want to use. So I am opening up my little, my profile here so that you can see. I'm just trying to make sure I have my screen so that I can see what you guys see. You are going to have a bunch of options in here. None of them say start an account. If you have at any point had a YouTube channel, it is not going to say start an account. I'm over here on the far right side of the screen. It's not going to say that, even though my prompt on the slide says that. So if you don't get this option here, the best bet is to Google the term YouTube channel switcher. So I don't know why this is the term to use, but the YouTube channel switcher, actually just Google channel switcher. The YouTube channel switcher is essentially it's just the place where you get to actually hit up and land on your YouTube profile or your YouTube account. The other thing that you can do if you want to go straight to the YouTube, I can click on the channel switcher thing here. If you want to go straight to the brand accounts, then you can just go to www.google.com/account. That's your other answer. But if you go to your channel switcher at some point along in the bottom down here, it's going to have a link that helps you to actually go straight to the place where you create a new YouTube channel. It's somehow randomly difficult to do, except for once you do it, it's very easy. So if you go to your account, you'll have the ability to create a new YouTube channel. So let me go back to YouTube just to show you what I mean when I say that. So if I go back to YouTube, let it load up for a second. I'm going to click on my profile image there. And then I am going to go to manage your Google account. And so in the Google account, I don't know why it's in here, but it is in here. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find it just because I said it's in here. It's underneath your sharing area, I believe, but it is inside of your YouTube account is where you'll be able to create a new channel. I don't know, again, I don't know why you can't just create it straight from the front area here, but that's the easiest way to do it is to just go to your account and create one straight from the account. Because this create a channel, unless you've never created a channel and never uploaded anything, this is not going to be there. And I just don't want you to be freaked out and be like, why isn't it there? It's not there because there's somewhere where you have a channel already and it exists already. Now, once you create a channel or once you identify what channel you want to use that you already own, you get to customize everything. This is quite possibly the best thing ever for those of us as small businesses. So I'm going to use Kelly as an example. Kelly, are you actually in Australia? Because that would be the furthest anyone has ever attended a workshop. I had someone from Colombia. I had someone in Israel, but never Australia. So anyway, so I'm going to use Kelly as an example. So with Kelly, she's got Tasty Grapes Media. And with Tasty Grapes, she's going to have all of this Tasty Grape branding that goes along with her channel. And with something like Vimeo or Wistia or any of those other platforms, you're not going to have nearly as much comprehensive branding as you can get when you create a YouTube channel. So essentially, for your YouTube channel, you can create your channel to look pretty much exactly like your website. I'm going to give you an example here. So the Financial Diet is one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's a love-hate relationship. She's super snarky, and that's probably why I love her so much. But this channel was created by a woman named Chelsea Fagan, and it is also a website. So if we look at this website here, we can see the TFD. We have the green and the swirls. We've got the different kind of aesthetics going on. And then if we go over to the Financial Diet, For the YouTube channel, we have the same logo. We have a very similar feel and look to the entire experience. Talk about money. We've got the same color aesthetic. All of this we have right here, the link to the website. We have their Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of these things were customized by the Financial Diet. And you have that exact same level of customization available to you on your YouTube channel. So everyone who is trying to create a YouTube channel right now or thinking about it, you can actually create your YouTube channel and then customize every single aspect. Now, I said that, and I'm going to show you exactly where to do that. So you would go to open up that little profile image, and you're going to go to the YouTube studio. It's studio.youtube.com. And when you go to the YouTube studio, you will have a little tab over here on the left side down at the bottom that says customize. And when you click on customize, you have the option for branding. And with branding is where you can change everything. So you can have your logo be consistent, a banner image that's very similar to the one that you're using on your website or on your Facebook or wherever else you're using a banner image. You can create a watermark. You can also change all of the information about your channel, the name, give yourself a handle, put a description in. No, you cannot change your channel URL. You can't do it. Don't even worry about it. It's not possible. You can change and add links. So if we went back to the Financial Diet channel where they had those links on their banner, that's what those links are for. You can change and add all sorts of information directly inside of your YouTube channel under the studio, right? And you can also change the layout. So let's look at, I'm going to use the Financial Diet example again, because it's a really good example. They use every feature available inside of YouTube, they use it. So we want to be very much like them when it comes to what we are doing with our YouTube channel. We are supposed to be thinking, okay, how do we leverage every little bit that YouTube is doing? So they have here all this banner that they have here, but they also have a fully complete bio and about section with links here. All of these things are available, but the other thing that they do is on the home tab, they have completely organized their home tab to be exactly what they want you to see and experience. So they have what is called a channel trailer. This is a video that shows up at the very beginning, and it can be customized so that the person who sees this video, essentially they see the video that you want them to see. So what do I mean by that? You have an opportunity to have a channel trailer for someone who has never subscribed to your channel, and then another featured video that you show to people who have subscribed to your channel. That is amazing. So for the Financial Diet, if I subscribed, I would bet this video would change. The next time I came back to this channel, it would be a different video. So right now, this is one of the most recent videos that they've put out, and I'm guessing it's getting a lot of traction. It's got 86,000 views, and it's all about being friends with someone who has a radically different income. It's a great video. I haven't watched it yet, but I was like, oh, that's a perfect video to watch. And so there we go. But the other thing that they have is that they have an entire set of all their videos, their members only videos, popular videos, Make It Work, which is their entire video series about real life stories of people who were dealing with their own money, the Financial Confessions, which is a podcast that they have, the Lifestyle Fix, which was a branded relationship that they developed with a lifestyle brand called One Big Happy Life. And then they have an entire set of their Financial Diet videos, which are all about like trying to get in the right mind space about your money, 3-minute guides, all of these. Everything that you see here was completely customized as a featured section by the people at the Financial Diet. So you can organize just like they do. Once you get your content up there on YouTube, you can actually organize it as much and as detailed as you'd like. So when I advocate for you using YouTube, again, this is because of all of the things that you can do if you have like actually created all of that organization that's available to you. Now you can have a branded experience that anyone who comes to your YouTube channel is essentially on YouTube, but experiencing your brand. They're experiencing your business, right? So this is one of the biggest reasons why you want to do the YouTube channel and customize it. So again, you can access everything that I just put in there or just showed you through the studio. So that's studio.youtube.com. And when you get there, you will be prompted to log in if you are not already logged into YouTube. Again, I don't know how you're not already logged into YouTube. Like, I watch YouTube all the time, so I'm always always logged into YouTube. But I'm always logged into YouTube under my premium account, which is not the one that houses all my videos for my business. So that I have to make sure I switch out to the right one in order to see the right YouTube studio. Now, again, this is everything I showed you before about how you can customize your channel. You can brand everything. Everything is completely and fully customizable. And other than your channel URL and your channel handle, you can change any of these things at any point. So unlike other social platforms, which YouTube genuinely is a social platform, you have comments on your videos, you can develop relationships, you can have, as the Financial Diet has, they have members. With YouTube now, you can have memberships on your channel, and those people are paid members to their channel. All of those things are available, and you can customize and change everything except for those two things I mentioned, your handle and your URL. You can change those all the time. Like, if you wanted to do different branding for different seasons, there are certain brands like Starbucks that do that on a regular basis. Like, for different seasons, they change the color of their profile image to go along with that season. If there's different holidays, they'll change the color of their background image or their banner image to be associated with that holiday. There's all sorts of fun things that you can do, again, with your YouTube channel to make it yours. It's fully customizable to make it yours and to make it a great experience. So again, you have the video spotlight that you can change. There's just so many wonderful things that you can do. Why do you want to do it? There's two big reasons why you want to do it. And there's one of them is why we're starting with talking about YouTube and not just talking about websites first. First is because if you organize your channel well, it will help the one thing that you all want, we all want, which is for people to watch our videos. So if you go back to the Financial Diet as an example, the Make It Work series, which is all about real life examples from people in the world, like problems that they've had and how they've overcome them and all that. What if that's your favorite thing to watch from the Financial Diet? Or what if that's simply how you were introduced to the Financial Diet in the first place? If you were introduced via one of these videos and you come to their channel to start watching others, the way that it is organized, and this is a cute little YouTube trick that I'm telling you that a lot of people do not know, once you have created a playlist, if I was to click on this "I worked for a crypto company" video and start watching it from this playlist, YouTube will autoplay the entire playlist for me. They will do it for me. So now I will start watching the non-school career investments, dangers of overqualifying, real cost of marriage and divorce. All of those are going to line up directly for me. Same thing with the Financial Confessions. The Financial Confessions is one of my favorite reasons to watch this channel in the first place. It's her interviewing someone about their very messy life. I love messy financial life stories. Like, tell me all your juice, right? And so I'm like, I love it. So I'm watching all of these, and I can have this going in the background while I'm doing work and be listening to all these people's messy lives, and it'll just keep playing more and keep playing more and keep playing more. And what does that do for the Financial Diet, or for you, if you're the person whose channel I'm watching? It is giving you more and more watch time. And the more watch time you get, the more likely YouTube is to refer your videos to other people. And so you can set yourself up for success by actually creating these playlists and organizing your channel. So that's reason number one, and it's huge. It's good enough all by itself for you to do it. Organize your channel. But in addition to that, reason number two is because if you organize your channel really well, like you have playlists and you know what those playlists are called, you give them titles and you put in information and descriptions. When you go to then take that playlist and put it on your website, or take video at all and put it on your website, you can decide whether you want to put an entire playlist on your website, or if you want to have a single video from a playlist on your website. You get to choose. Now, with my website, I am hosted with Wix. One of the best things Wix does is if you are going to put video on your website, first of all, they heavily encourage you to use YouTube, because if you use YouTube, YouTube does a, air quotes here, embed for the video, which means that essentially the video still lives on YouTube and they just pop a little window onto your website where they show it. Even though it's playing on YouTube, it's showing on your website. Now, when they do that with Wix and with a bunch of other platforms, Wix is not the only one that does this. Wix gives you the option. Do you want to include an entire playlist, or do you just want to include this one video? Now, this is where things get fancy. So let's go over to the Financial Diet's website again. Now, the Financial Diet has a podcast. I've already mentioned this, right? So this podcast, it can be viewed here on the podcast channel. This is the exact same Financial Confessions, but you can also watch, right? So what they have done with their website is, instead of having an entire section of their website dedicated to videos or to the podcast, they've put a link in their menu that sends people straight to their already perfectly organized channel. Y'all, did you see how easy that just made their lives as a content creation machine? They create video all the time. They're releasing 2 to 3 videos a week, sometimes 4, depending on how excited Chelsea is about something that's happening in the world. So 4 videos a week, fully produced, edited videos. These are not live videos like I do. I cheat and do live. So they do full out edited videos, and they do up to 4 of them a week. Instead of them adding each of those individual videos to their website, they do a very smart thing, which is to use their menu to link people directly to a very organized YouTube channel. They do the same thing with their podcast. They take that podcast, organize it over on Spotify, and link people directly to it. So instead of them trying to organize everything on their website and having someone on their team dedicated just to making sure that the videos all live on their website in an organized fashion, they can now just send people over to that YouTube channel because it is organized. Now, I, as someone who works with SCORE on a regular basis, to answer your question, Kelly, no, I'm not a SCORE mentor. I'm just a SCORE, I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor in spirit. So I'll mentor you in spirit. But what I would encourage for an organization like SCORE that has a lot of their live workshops on YouTube is that they can actually organize all of that content accordingly, right? So they can decide that they want to organize their YouTube channel, and then on their website, instead of hosting all those videos on their website or even bothering to put them on the website, they can actually put a link on their website that's like, watch our workshops here. And that watch link just goes straight to YouTube. But the channel is organized, so everyone knows exactly what to do. It's no longer a guessing game. So otherwise, people might land on your YouTube channel and not know exactly what to do. But with an organized channel like this, it's much easier to understand exactly what video you want me to watch first. And then you have all of these options and they're organized and I don't have to figure anything out. It's just there for me. So there's that. And then in addition, everyone has access to this little spot right here, which is the channel trailer or spotlight video. If you wanted to do what the Financial Diet is doing, but say you don't have 1 million subscribers and millions of views, you could take the opportunity to let that first video be an introductory video where you yourself or whoever is the representative for your brand talk about what it is that this channel is about and then how to navigate the channel. So you would explain to everyone, okay, our channel is about, and then whatever the name of your business is and whatever your business is about, our channel is about that. And this is how it's organized. So if you want to look at our long form content that's about 50 to 60 minutes, you head over to the Financial Confessions. If you want really great, juicy, quick stories about someone overcoming a specific challenge, then you want to head over to the Make It Work. So you can do that for your own channel if you were trying to get people to kind of start binging what you're putting out there. Organize that content. It's the best bet for you. But then in addition to that, If you did want to put your content on your website as a way to put it on your website and have people not leave your home base, you want that home base to stay that home base. If you have your content organized with YouTube, you can take an entire playlist and drop it onto your website. So that means that either the playlist, depending on how it's organized on your website, it can be organized as a row so that they can see every single video all at once, or you can be organized in a light box, meaning that they only see one video at a time. There's all sorts of ways to organize that content, but you have control over it. And if you've already organized it, it makes it a lot easier for you to get that content out there onto your website. So what kind of content should you be creating? So if you have any questions, you guys, make sure you're putting them in the chat. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I'm loving what you're doing so far. So keep it coming. Okay. So what kind of content should we be creating? If you are a small business owner who is trying to gain interest in your business and what you're doing, there's a few options that you have available to you. The first thing I want to encourage you to do is recognize that technology has gone a long way, meaning we no longer need to have an entire studio production done. You can, I highly encourage it. At the very least, if anything, it's fun. I love every video shoot I've ever done for the most part, even the ones where I didn't even use the video. I love doing the shoot. So highly encourage the option. Do the video shoot if you can afford it and you have the time. But you also have a handy dandy device right here in your pocket. You might even be watching this entire workshop on it. And that device is perfectly fine for getting yourself started on YouTube. There is no reason why you can't have content being created on your phone that you are then using using actual video editing software to edit and then upload. There's no reason why you can't do that. And then there's also the option that I do, which is to use a webcam. So I'm currently coming to you live from my Logitech webcam that I've had since long before COVID. Like I've had this webcam since like 2011 or something like that. And it has worked just fine this entire time. It was a high-end one back then, and it's a regular one now. But using a webcam and just getting your point across, you do not need to focus on the technology. That would be the point of this slide. However you need to do it is how you need to do it. If you want to start out with a DSLR mirrorless camera, go for it. But if you won't have any idea what those words and letters just meant, don't get stuck. It's not necessary. What is necessary is having a story to tell and knowing what the purpose of the video is, and then who or what is the star of that video. This is why I always use the financial diet as an example. I don't always, but they're a really good example of knowing who or what is the star of the video. They have very specific types of content where the star is a different person or organization. I absolutely love that they do that. They do it without ever losing track of who their audience is. So the audience is the same every single time, but who the star of the video is changes. So when I say that, the Make It Work series that they have is all cartoons, and it is usually relatively faceless cartoons, right? So all it is a person narrating a story that someone else is telling about their business, about their life, about their money, right? So they are doing that inside of a probably 5 to 6 minutes, maybe, video. All of the images on the video are cartoon images. They are all moving fast. They are sliding across the screen. There's occasionally some text that is included in there, but that content is very specific. And the star of that content is the cartoon / the narrator. So the narrator is the star of that content. But then there are other bits of content where Chelsea herself is the star of the content. So a lot of these videos, Chelsea is the star, but because she is doing content that is about something that is pop culture related, she will throw in videos and images and things like that from pop culture. So you will routinely see snippets of a TikTok, lots of tweets, things that are from other YouTubers or people who are on Facebook. So those are integrated into the video so that although she's the talking head, at no point is she the only thing you're looking at during the video. So knowing who the star is. And then there's an entire series on her channel called The Lifestyle Fix. This series, like I said, was hosted by a whole different person from a different YouTube channel who her name is Sasha. It says Tasha here, but I think her name is Sasha. And she is a whole nother human, and she was the star of those videos. That series lasted for quite a little bit of time, and it was very useful for their brand to introduce them to an entirely new audience. And so what you want to do is think, okay, how do I want to be represented? How do I want my brand to be represented? And then that is who is going to be the star. Now, for some of you, the star of the video might be food, or a dog, or a nonprofit organization, or a constituent of a nonprofit organization. Whatever that means for your organization, knowing who the star is makes a huge difference for what kind of content you're going to create and how, okay? So who's the star of the video? What is the star of the video? Now, in addition to that, there are a variety of different video types that you can create. You've got the business story, which is highlighting the backgrounds of your business, the product and service story, and then the promotional story. You really want the majority of the content that you put out on your YouTube channel to be in the product service story category, where you are actually detailing how to solve a person's problem. I can go to the financial diet again, but I have a lot of other examples. So I'll use Downshiftology as an example. They are it is a woman, her name is Lisa, and she has a mysterious autoimmune disease. I think she has a diagnosis now, but when she first got started, she had no idea what her disease was. She just knew that she had a lot of very bad reactions to specific food items. And hers is a very, like most of us, her dietary restrictions are very specific. So she does not just, she's not celiac, she's not allergic to nightshades, she's not allergic to peanuts. She has a very specific set of like nuts that she can eat, and she can eat some nightshades, but she can't eat others. Like, it's very specific. She can eat meat. So a lot of people, like, my stomach won't tolerate meat. That's one of the things that I can't do. But that's her whole diet is amazing because she's figured out how to make it work and how to create real food with dietary restrictions. That being said, she has one of the best YouTube channels out there when it comes to putting out content on a regular basis and making that content work. And how she leverages that on her website is to actually have those videos represented in image format. So if I click on this video or on this image here, it is going to go to a recipe. But if I keep scrolling, we'll have the latest video, but if I keep scrolling, the video for the carne asada will also be in here. Now, mind you, this is a recipe YouTuber / blogger. So you realize that she's also going to tell the story and talk about all the other things and try to keep you on the website forever. All those things are going to happen. 85 different pictures, all the things. But the video for the carne asada is actually on here. But in addition, so we already saw it. I'm going to pull it back up to make a point here. Before you even get to the carne asada video, she also has a video that is just her latest video that, wait, just in case you missed it, she has a YouTube channel and she has videos that come out on a weekly basis as well. So instead of her doing like what Chelsea and the Financial Diet do, where the video section on the website is dedicated to sending people to YouTube, she actually takes the opportunity to do a little bit of the reverse. The video section of her website basically is just taking people to the recipe page with an image and a video on that page. Genius. So now, not only is she getting all the eyeballs and the revenue from those eyeballs, because she is getting paid for these impressions right now of me just sitting here while this video is playing, but she is also getting me to know that she has content other than this carne asada that I actually came here and clicked on. Very, very useful. So when you're thinking about for yourself, how you're going to integrate video into your website, I want you to be thinking about the different ways that you can do it. So you can embed it in the middle of another piece of content like she does. And another person that I follow, her name is Tanya Eliza. She does the exact same thing. She creates a blog post for every single video that she creates on YouTube. There's a blog post associated with it. And that blog post has the embedded YouTube video every single time. It's genius because she's going to do a blog post anyway, so she might as well embed the YouTube video in that blog post. So that is one way to do it. So instead of it just being a playlist, you can organize it by individual piece of content. Now, this is significantly more time consuming. So for everybody who is like, but wait, the financial diet does it the easy way. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. They do it the easy way, which is like videos here, go over to YouTube where everything is organized for you. But then when people like Lisa with Downshiftology or Tanya Eliza, when they do it on their websites, they're getting that additional value. The additional value is keeping people on their website. So now instead of me having to go over to YouTube, she's getting all these YouTube views. She's getting the views on YouTube. Like that video that I'm watching there is from YouTube, but she is also getting me to stay on her website and potentially click this and do the recipe. In addition, for all of you people who are just that tiniest bits better at technology, just the hair good, she also has a link at the top to jump you to the video. So if I wanted to jump, I was scrolling and scrolling. If you just want to jump straight to the video, she's got a link at the top that jumps you straight to the video and straight to the recipe, matter of fact. So if you're the people who are like, I don't need to know the life story about how you develop this recipe for carne asada, I just want to read the recipe and watch the video, it is right here in this recipe card, both the video and the recipe. So this is what we mean by like, there are so many different ways to do this. And again, all of it free, completely free to her because she's got it already on YouTube. And it's not even just free to her. This is making her money because she gets paid from YouTube for people watching her videos, which only happens after you get monetized and all that jazz. Now, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is if you have educational videos. So some of you, I'm seeing the types of businesses that you have, and there are different types of educational programming that you might be putting out. Or like I mentioned with SCORE and the workshops that they do, there are a lot of options out there, right? So you might have an entire set of educational videos that are free and you really want people to watch them. That is what YNAB does. You need a budget. So I'm a huge fan, as you can tell, I'm a huge fan of finance videos and all about money. I'm going to blame it on being a business owner because I absolutely love learning more about how to keep the money I'm making and then how to make more money. So a lot of these videos are in that vein. And then, of course, all that messy, juicy stuff, like I said, the financial confessions, just tell me all your business. I want to know that too, right? So with YNAB, what they do is they put out a ton of educational content. They have Got 5 Minutes. You guys, how genius is this? Got 5 Minutes is how much time do you have? I'm going to teach you something about business and money in that amount of time, right? If you only have 5 minutes, and then this is a video from their YouTube channel. How genius is that? So this is one way for you to take the content that you are creating already and just organize it on your website in a way that is going to help people facilitate the process of learning. So if you only have a few minutes, here's something that you can do, here's something that you can watch, and then they just keep it going, right? So there's blog posts that you can watch, there's all sorts of things in here, but they start you out with a quick little video. Now, I will say, again, this is something that I want you guys to hear this because a lot of us small business owners don't understand what the possibilities are when it comes to video. One of the things that YNAB, the Financial Diet, Clever Girl Finance, which is the other one that I have up in the tabs, all of these, except for Downshiftology, they don't do this at all, but the rest of these people use other people. So instead of it being like, YNAB was created by a guy, like it's a person, he had a spreadsheet, he turned that spreadsheet into an app. That's the story. It's a very good story, but it's just a guy. I can't remember. Jesse Meacham is his name. I was going to say, I can't remember his name, but I do. Jesse Meacham, just a guy. He doesn't like being on video. He actually got really busy as the CEO of this business. And so instead of him being the face of the brand, and mind you, YNAB is not a huge business. They're actually a small business. I think they have like 20 employees or something like that. They're not huge. But instead of him being the face of the brand, he actually hires people to do a brand series. So these are not influencers, because influencers would cost a lot more money. He essentially hires actors, people who are willing to do a bunch of 10 or 15-minute long videos, all about these specific topics. They lay out what the topics are. I bet you they write the scripts. They do the whole thing. They lay it out for the person. The person creates the content, and then that content gets uploaded on their YouTube channel. And so now, instead of them, Jesse, having to be the face of his brand, he doesn't have to be the face of the brand anymore. He is leveraging finance to get more viewership. So now he has multiple on his channel, multiple different ways for people to engage with his content, different faces, different names, and he hires these people for different chunks of time. So this young woman has been a part of his channel for a long time, like for the last 4 years or so. But there's another person who was only on for maybe, I'll call it a season. She did like 20 videos and then she was out, and it was a batch. So she was releasing like 2 or 3 videos a week for a few weeks, and then she was gone. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? I don't think anyone who watches those videos is mad, right? So it was all educational. It's really great. And you can get that stuff just by thinking differently about how to approach your video. Now, the other thing that YNAB does is that they have an entire section of Q&A videos. So they have on their Facebook and their YouTube live Q&A videos, and they have live, not Q&A, but like instructional videos. So they have these instructional videos that people who are in the organization, who work for YNAB, who are like developers and things like that, will get in front of a camera live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and just share their screen and show how to do something. They're very much how-to oriented. You can watch it live, so you can actually schedule yourself to be there live, but then you can also just watch it online. So you don't have to be present during these live times in order to get this content. It is amazing. And so now they're using video in a bunch of different ways. And for those of you, I'm having a tiny epiphany here, just so that we are all clear. For those of you who love live content like me, and you have a schedule and other people don't know what your schedule is, what YNAB does here that's genius is that they simply put the schedule on the website. So they're having these live Q&As and they just put it on their website. They let people schedule themselves. What does it look like? They tell people what the experience is going to be. I literally do live Q&As all the time, and I've never thought to do that. And so this is a really good opportunity if you don't want to do a bunch of pre-recorded videos, or if you simply want to blend in some of those longer form live videos. You can just create the schedule. What is it going to look like? And you will likely have more people actually come because you're doing it this way, because you're telling them in advance, you are letting them know, you're giving them the opportunity to essentially register. So they have here like sign up now, which means that I'm guessing they're going to do exactly like we're doing right here, which is that they have a Zoom. They're going to be linking people on Zoom. They're going to go live on Facebook and YouTube. They'll answer questions in the Q&A, bada bang, bada boom, right? So keeping it very simple and tight, very, very useful ways to get that video onto your website, or in this case, to get people who are on your website to create or to participate in the videos that you're creating. So this works in both directions. And mind you, almost all of this works because they're using YouTube. So using YouTube is a great way to make all of these things kind of work together and be super, super seamless. Okay. Super seamless. Okay. I'm out of breath. So we have all of these things. Let me share a few best practices for you, and then I'm going to let you go for the night. But the first thing I want to say is that people have very short attention spans, very, very short attention spans, right? So you need to be very clear and concise about what the video is, what it's about, and who it's for. You have 5 seconds, maybe 10, before people click away. The only reason why they will stay is because they want the information more than they're bored. What I mean by that, I was just watching videos. As I mentioned, I watch YouTube like TV. So I was just watching a video about the trip that I'm thinking about planning for my honeymoon. And I was watching it, and the video was so slow that I was literally on my phone trying to find a new video to replace the one that was on the screen. Because I'm watching TV. I was up on YouTube on my TV, and I'm like scrolling, trying to find something that's more entertaining than the video that I'm watching about this place that I'm thinking about us going, right? And so that is just, we only have a few seconds. And I'm a grown adult person who has a fully formed brain, and I'm out there looking for something else after 10 seconds, right? So make sure you're getting the information as close to the front of the video as possible to get people to stay. And then on top of that, we are business owners here. So you want to make sure that you are giving people a call to action. That call to action does not need to be buy my stuff. That call to action could simply be subscribe to my channel or like this video if it really added value. And so I'll say it here. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video if it really had value. Like, give them a call to action, mostly because you will lose people hard if you don't, and you won't even realize that they would have done something, but you never really asked. So make sure you're asking for something, okay? Ask for engagement, get engagement. It's really how it works. And I love for YouTube and for Facebook, if you're going to do this on any platform, ask people for a comment of a specific thing. So if you have a topic, like all these great financial diet topics that they have, if you have a topic about lifestyle choices that are a waste of money, then you can ask people in the comments below. I would love for you to tell me what you think the biggest waste of money lifestyle choice is. Like, what's that one thing that you're like, that's going to eat your wallet? You should probably make another choice. Like, ask them to put that in the comments, because a lot of people will. Okay. But they won't do anything if you don't ask. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to stop there because I could keep going, but you guys, I know you have other things. You want to eat dinner and all that jazz. So wait, I'm making sure I got your questions. Were there any questions? Oh no, yeah. Kelly's just dropping in great information in the chat. I hope you guys were catching that. She was dropping links to different software. And yes, webcams are your friend. They are so good. Be so good.
Okay, so I said we're going to be sending out the link, so you can go and watch Lindsay over and over and over again if you want to, until you understand every little thing that she said. There's so much information packed in there, and hopefully if you take advantage of it, you'll see a big advantage to your business and your website.
Absolutely. So I will say, someone's asking in the chat, well, while I answer this question, I have to ask you guys, if you can, in the chat, give me one thing that's a takeaway, one thing that you learned. This is going to be my price for what I'm about to do. So tell me what you learned in the chat, and then I'm going to give you guys my contact information. Because yeah, you guys, I always tell anyone, Val can vouch for this. Val, I will book an appointment with you. You just have to get on my calendar and I will book an appointment with you. I'll help you, whatever the thing is you need help with. You just got to book an appointment, right? So, so I will put my email address in the chat, and Anita can share it with you guys. But in the chat, tell me what you learned, what you get out of this. Because my price of admissions is just knowing that you guys are actually getting something, right? Okay, there we go. You're telling me. Good. Yes, adding that Q&A section. That's a really good one. Yes, make your point in the first 5 to 15 seconds. That's another good one. Anita, if you could share that email address with everyone, that's great.
If I could what?
Share my email address. I can't share it with everyone. But
oh, okay, sure.
With you.
We'll send out your contact information with the link to the recording.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. You guys got lots of stuff you're learning. Yes. The power of it's so much potential. Always add that call to action. You guys are giving me all sorts of nuggets. I love it. Okay. Okay, Anita. I think that's it.
So Thank you all for joining us, and Lindsay, as always, thank you for a wonderful presentation. Tons of good information, and obviously we will be doing this again. So thank you all. Have a pleasant evening, and we'll see you the next time.